Indiana Fever front office is in serious trouble for revealing some major information.
The Indiana Fever just got exposed, and the secret they were hiding could destroy Caitlin Clark's career. While they're cashing in millions from her name, a shocking discovery has revealed they're running the team with a level of incompetence that is almost hard to believe. This isn't speculation. A rival coach accidentally confessed, sparking an investigation by fans that uncovered undeniable proof. What they found is a scandal so embarrassing, it threatens not just Clark's future, but the entire league.
What's going on especially with the front office and whatever it takes to go find these players because they're available? And is it film study? Is it calling other coaching connections? What is
all
this
the above?
like?
Right, it's all the above. It's seeing film, watching clips, talking to contacts and connections. Bree and especially has been super helpful in this. She's got a lot of contacts overseas who have seen Kyra, for example, play a lot overseas. Teammates that she's had that are over there that played with her, against her. Same thing with Odyssey. All three of our assistant coaches coached her in AU, so they have some familiarity with her. So it really is all hands on deck and trying to get the best person possible to fit.
It all started in the most unlikely way, with an accidental confession from a rival coach. During a routine press conference, Connecticut Sun head coach Stephanie White was giving a standard breakdown of her team's new player, Kira Lambert. She praised Lambert's preparation and her quick grasp of the playbook, all the typical boring things coaches say. But then she let something slip that no one was expecting. She casually mentioned that it was Phoenix Mercury player Brianna Turner who had first spotted Lambert playing overseas and recommended her. For a moment, the comment hung in the air unnoticed, but then the alarm started blaring in the minds of those paying close attention. Wait a second. An active, all-defensive team player for the Phoenix Mercury is discovering talent for the Connecticut Sun? Why is a current athlete who should be 100% focused on her own season doing the fundamental job of a professional scout? With that one seemingly innocent slip of the tongue, a single thread was pulled that would unravel the Indiana Fever's entire operational strategy and expose a deeply flawed system.
Had Kyra been on your radar previously? Like, had she been a name that came up earlier in this process?
No.
So now that you've seen her play a little bit and I think having scouted a little bit, what is it about her that makes her the right fit for this
Well,
group?
I think number one, her preparation. From the initial phone call that Amber and Kelly had to, our conversations. She's been watching the team. She's studying what we're doing, studying how we've played opponents on both ends, what we've done to attack, what we've done on the defensive end. Reminds me a little bit of Ari when she came in and really already kind of had some of the playbook down. Her ability to get downhill. She's got some speed and quickness as well. So all of those things are what we need and what we miss without having air.
That strange, out-of-place comment didn't go unnoticed online. In the world of modern sports, fans are no longer just spectators, they are investigators. Led by a user named Allison, on X, a deep dive began. If other teams were relying on an informal network of players to find talent, what exactly was going on with the Indiana Fever, the team now at the absolute center of the basketball universe? The investigation was quick, and the findings were absolutely devastating. Allison pulled up the official staff directories for both the Indiana Fever and their NBA big brother, the Indiana Pacers. The side-by-side comparison was staggering, and it became the viral receipt that blew the story wide open.
Lambert, hold up, wait a minute. How the hell do Bree Turner discover a player? She's no scout. She's no recruiter. How the hell? She's supposed to be focusing on the season of bad she playing. Y'all got Bree Turner scouting players?
The Pacers, a successful, modern NBA franchise, listed a dedicated team of 8 full-time professional scouts. These are the people whose entire job is to travel the world, analyze endless hours of film, and identify the exact talent needed to build a winning team. The Indiana Fever's directory, it showed 0. Not a single person with the title of scout. Their staff roster was filled with marketing specialists, social media coordinators, and ticket sales representatives, but the department responsible for finding future players, the very lifeblood of any sports franchise, simply did not exist. The evidence was undeniable, and it spread across the internet like wildfire, laying bare a shocking truth. A professional franchise, blessed with a golden goose, was operating with the foresight and structure of a local rec league.
You lying to me. I think they merchandise sales was up like 300%. Y'all done made all them millions off CC Effect.
The real insanity of this revelation began when you compared the Fever's shocking lack of investment to the literal goldmine they were sitting on. Caitlin Clark is not just a basketball player. She is an economic phenomenon, a one-woman stimulus package for the entire league. In the few months since she was drafted, sales of Fever merchandise have exploded by over 300%. The team is selling out arenas they couldn't fill to half capacity just a year ago, both at home and on the road. TV ratings for their games are shattering all-time records, bringing millions of new eyes and, more importantly, millions of new dollars to a league desperate for growth. The Clark effect is a tidal wave of cash expected to generate over $100 million in value for the WNBA this season alone. The Fever front office is swimming in Clark-generated money. They finally have the resources they've dreamed of for decades. What do they choose to spend it on? Not on the most fundamental part of building a competitive team. The hypocrisy is breathtaking. They have a once-in-a-generation superstar, a license to print money, and they still decided to cheap out on the absolute basics. You have to ask, where is all that money going? Is it going into bigger marketing campaigns to sell even more of Clark's jerseys? Is it being pocketed as profit? Because it certainly isn't going towards building a championship-caliber infrastructure around the player responsible for all of it. So if the Fever weren't hiring professionals to find players, how in the world were they even fielding a team? It turns out their strategy was less about professional evaluation and more about crossing their fingers and hoping for a lucky break. This scandal has exposed the WNBA's dirty little secret, the shadow scouting network. It's not a formal system, it's an informal, deeply flawed operation built on favors, whispers, and personal connections. An assistant coach might remember a player they coached in an AAU tournament 10 years ago. A general manager might get a random call from an agent promoting a client overseas, or as Stephanie White so carelessly revealed, a current player might just happen to recommend someone they played with in another league during the offseason. This isn't just unprofessional. It's borderline exploitative. Players like Brianna Turner, who are paid to be elite athletes, are effectively doing unpaid labor to keep the league's talent pipeline from running completely dry. They are forced to be part-time players and part-time scouts, all while the front offices who should be paying for these services sit back and benefit. The Indiana Fever is content to let others do the hard, essential work for free, all while they reap the massive financial rewards of Caitlin Clark's fame. It's a system that relies on luck and goodwill, not data and analysis, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. As shocking as this discovery was for the Fever, the investigation quickly revealed something far more disturbing. They weren't an outlier. This wasn't just an Indiana problem, it was a WNBA problem. Further digging showed that other prominent teams, like the Chicago Sky and the Minnesota Lynx, were also operating without any formal scouting departments listed on their staff directories. This pointed to a systemic sickness, a foundational weakness within the entire league. For years, the WNBA has fought for legitimacy. They have demanded more respect, higher salaries for their players, and bigger media deals to put them on par with men's professional sports. But this scandal reveals a league that in some fundamental ways has refused to properly invest in itself. The irony is crushing. The WNBA is currently preparing to negotiate a new, potentially billion-dollar media rights deal that could secure its future for a generation. Yet they are walking into these high-stakes negotiations, while stories are breaking about their teams not even having the most basic infrastructure of a professional sports league. It's like demanding a Michelin star for a restaurant that doesn't have a head chef. You can't demand NBA-level recognition and NBA-level salaries while running key parts of your operation on a high school-level budget. Caitlin Clark's unprecedented popularity has put a massive, unforgiving spotlight on the league, and that light is exposing all the cracks in its foundation. Ultimately, all of this staggering incompetence lands directly on the shoulders of one person, Caitlin Clark. This isn't just a funny, embarrassing story about a mismanaged team. It is an active and immediate threat to her entire career. A revolutionary player like Clark is not a plug-and-play superstar who can succeed with anyone. Her unique, long-range offensive game thrives on specific conditions. She needs elite shooters around her to create space on the floor and punish the defenses that inevitably double-team her 30 feet from the basket. She needs a smart, athletic big who can run the pick and roll with her to perfection. She needs versatile defenders who can protect her on the other end of the court and allow her to conserve energy for offense. Finding those exact players with those specific skill sets doesn't happen by accident. It requires a dedicated team of scouts who intimately understand her game and can scour the globe to find the perfect complementary pieces. Instead of a surgical, data-driven approach, the Fever are essentially playing the lottery with a generational talent's future. They're hoping a random player recommended by a friend of a friend will be the answer. That's not a strategy, it's professional malpractice. They've been handed a Formula One car, and they're refusing to hire a pit crew, hoping the tires don't fall off. But there's another layer to this scandal, one that many people are thinking but few are saying out loud. It's the unspoken dynamic of who benefits versus who does the work. Caitlin Clark, a white superstar, is the face of this new financial boom. The league is building its entire marketing strategy around her, and the front offices are reaping the rewards. But who is doing the unpaid, uncredited labor that keeps this broken system afloat? It's veteran players like Brianna Turner, a black woman and one of the league's premier defenders, who are moonlighting as scouts in their spare time. This isn't just a coincidence, it's a reflection of a system where the benefits are flowing in one direction, while the thankless foundational work is being done by others for free. Think about the optics. The league is celebrating its newfound wealth, driven by its new star, while simultaneously relying on the free labor of its established, predominantly black player base to function. That's not just lazy management, it's a deeply problematic look that exposes a potential rot at the core of the league's culture. It's a dynamic that says some people's labor is worth celebrating with record merchandise sales, while others is taken for granted. This entire mess reveals the WNBA's greatest vulnerability, and it sets up a potential doomsday scenario for the league. For years, the WNBA operated in relative obscurity. Flaws like a lack of scouting could be hidden because few people were paying close enough attention. But now, with millions of new fans watching every move, that is no longer possible. Every mistake is magnified, and every sign of amateurism undermines the league's claim to being a world-class professional organization. You cannot build a billion-dollar empire on a foundation of sand, and right now, the WNBA's foundation is looking incredibly shaky. This brings us to the ticking time bomb, Caitlin Clark's rookie contract. It's a 4-year deal. When it's over, she will be a free agent with the power to go wherever she wants. What reason has the Indiana Fever given her to stay? If they have proven over 4 years that they are unwilling to make the most basic investments in building a winning team around her, why would she waste her prime years on a franchise that sees her as a cash cow instead of a cornerstone? The doomsday scenario isn't just that the Fever might lose, it's that the WNBA could lose the very superstar who gave them this golden opportunity. If Clark leaves for a better-run organization, or if her career is stifled by incompetence, the momentum she created could vanish as quickly as it appeared. The league is risking its entire future on the hope that she won't notice what's happening, but she will. Beyond the strategic failure, there is a deeper, more personal layer of betrayal here. Imagine being Caitlin Clark. You are single-handedly carrying a league. You play every night knowing millions are watching you. You've brought more money and relevance to your team than they have ever seen. And then you discover that this same team couldn't be bothered to hire a single person to find you some help. It's a profound and insulting sign of disrespect. It sends a clear message: we care more about selling your jersey than we do about building a championship team with you. This scandal has exposed the Indiana Fever as a franchise more concerned with short-term profits than long-term success. Caitlin Clark gave the WNBA the global spotlight it always craved. But now that the world is watching, the league's deepest, most embarrassing flaws are on full display for everyone to see. The question is no longer if the Fever are failing Caitlin Clark, but rather how long a competitor of her caliber will tolerate it. Because when her rookie contract is up, the clock starts ticking. And you can be sure that other teams will be ready to offer her something the Fever has so far refused to a professional organization truly committed to winning.